Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. Today's video, interlocking rings with like a kind of a glowing shadow behind them. If you look, the blues and the greens are extremely sharp, but the shadow is fuzzy, and I don't know that it's kind of like an inner outer shadow, but done completely different than with the shadow tool. So all I did is take um, a group of ellipses, circles, and I didn't take away any lines yet. Because some people, and I get confused too sometimes, but on the bigger stuff, the bigger ones, I'm going to take away that. And so if this one's going through that one, this one needs to go through it this way. And if this one's going over, then this one needs. So then the other ones kind of start getting confusing. So what I find is the best thing for me to do, I'm going to group this together, Control G. I'm actually going to put it in the center of the page. That's just habit. I'm going to grab some colors and I'm going to go, I want this one blue. So if this one went over, it needs to go under that one. So I'm going to skip that one and I'm going to do that right there. So this one's over and under. So that's my blue colors. I'm going to take my green colors and I'm going to make this green. If you look, this one went underneath that one. So really that needs to go over there. If you look, so let's back up here and take away, instead of deleting, we can just get right here and take that away. So we're going to make that back to green. This is where you can kind of go along as you are working on it. So that one is going to be another color. Let's go with this. Let's go with red. So if this one is going underneath this one, it needs to go over that one. But it's over the blue, so it needs to go underneath the blue. And I think we have it. So every ring's kind of locking. Now, to make this look better, set your nudge distance on something pretty high and move these out of the way. And then take this and weld it. It'll make it look a lot better. Now I'm going to go to the opposite direction with the green. And I'm just nudging them out of the, I've got a little mistake there. I've had a little movement. That's one thing. You can just back up. Now weld this together. Then we're going to take the red down, and there's not as many pieces. So maybe I did something wrong on the red, but it looked pretty good. So I'm going to weld that together. Now I'm going to because this is a group, I can move it all out of the way. And I'm going to move that back, whoop, back up, and back over. So it might not be perfect, but that's not what the video is about. But it is interlocking. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a rectangle and I'm going to get the Smart Fill tool set on a different color. I'm going to go pink. And I'm going to move that in and I'm going to move it over twice. Move that over twice, move that over twice, that over twice. I'm taking the inside parts and moving them over. So I get that. Now I'm going to change color, which I really don't have to, but we're going to go with, I want something well, let's just go with black. And I'm going to fill that in and I'm going to move it down and then I'm going to left click, right click. That made it all one group. Let me move it down one more time. Now what I want to do is contour that. So I'm going to go to Effects, Contour. I'm going to contour point half of an inch to the outside. Then take the Smart Fill tool and we'll go ahead and use a gray that we're going to use anyway. So we're going to fill that in, move it over, fill in every contour. And this is going to be your fuzzy because it's going to be a little bit bigger than your item. So we're going to go Control G. And now if we look and bring our contour, let's get rid of the box and bring this up. That's already pretty nice. It already makes it distinctive, but we need to fuzzy that up to make it kind of, and you could use a transparency docker, but I find if you go to Effects and Blur and Gaussian blur, and just, don't go too much, don't go too far, but it's almost easier to see if it's on a background of something like black, like a shirt would be, or back a page. See how the glow is kind of fuzzy, but it almost makes the blue look fuzzy, but the blue's not fuzzy, because if we take the glow away, the blue's just as sharp as it can be. And this is just behind it. And you can change that, and then you go, well, that's too much. Even with the fuzziness, you can go the transparency tool, and right here it will just show up and just make it a little bit more transparent to make it just not quite as, well, just whatever that looks pretty good, just what you ever think. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.